Hello, it's a Tuesday, and welcome to the Quizcazoatl Publess Pub Quiz, a lockdown-friendly pub quiz that seems to be continuing regardless. Welcome back to our regulars. Welcome especially, who won 2 weeks ago? I should know this. Welcome especially if you're here, the BBQs. Welcome to anyone who's new to the quiz. You've been waiting so long, but thank you for joining us eventually. The Quizcazoatl Publess Pub Quiz is a quiz in 4 parts. Very shortly we'll be getting going on round number 1. Before we do that, you might want to look at some of our quiz links. 2 in particular, for 2 are there only. bit.ly/Quizcazoatl_pictures if you would like to get a little bit ahead of our picture questions today. bit.ly/Quizcazoatl_answers if you would like to compete with our champions. Both of those available in clickable form on the About section on YouTube or on the Facebook page. If you haven't got us on Facebook, I guess you've got to search for Quizcazoatl. I can't hold your hand through the whole process. After round 1, we're going to go to a music round, thence to round 2, and we will close, as ever we do, with the wipeout round. The whole thing should be done in about 2.5 hours. That is 10:30 if you are playing in British summertime. Other time zones may vary. Do remember not to check the answers on your phones. That would hardly be fair now, would it? And without further ado, let me get you going on question number 1. Can you tell me, what number is traditionally used in the name of an ice cream cone with a flake in it? And bring that back. Question number 2. Le Bureau is the French version of which BBC mockumentary sitcom? Le Bureau is the French version of which mockumentary sitcom? Our first picture now for question 3. We've got some... They don't look like the right pictures. Have I put up the wrong week's pictures? Hang on a second. Let me consult with my notes. What's going on here? Now, not the right pictures. Bear with me a second. Well, that'll be it. It's because it's still pointing to the wrong directory. I did think I'd changed that. So it goes. Let us try again now. Oh, and now they're enormous. Typical. Talk among yourselves. It's all very professional. I've only been doing it for 3 years. Haven't ironed out the gremlins yet, apparently. There we are, seamless. And we go to question 3, which is picture number 1. We have for you 7 characters whose names begin with a C. Can you name all of them for me? 7 points available on this one. And we can also go to question number 4. What name do McDonald's give to their vegan burger that was launched in the UK in 2022? What is the name of a McDonald's vegan burger? And question number 5. In her diary, Anne Frank documented her life in hiding in which city? Anne Frank documented her life in hiding in which city? Question number 6, picture number 2. We've got some Venn diagrams for you. Can you solve these 3 conundra for 3 points? There's an example on the left if you need it. Then, question 7. Which large monitor lizard is Indonesia's national animal? Which large monitor lizard is the national animal of Indonesia? And question number 8. Can you give me 4 elements from the periodic table with names that begin with a C but do not end in an M? Four elements beginning with a C, not ending in an M. And question number 9 is picture number 3. It's some dogs. There's 6 dogs. If you can name them, you can have 6 points, and you're a very good boy. Question number 10. Can you tell me which American television program had a prequel that was called The Carrie Diaries? American TV show prequeled by The Carrie Diaries. Question number 11. How many times has 14-time champion Rafael Nadal lost in the final of the French Open men's singles? How many times has Rafa Nadal lost in the French Open men's singles final? Question number 12. Picture number 4. We have a request for you. Can you name these animal films? 6 films that have something to do with animals. 6 points available. Question number 13. Can you tell me, in which month of the year was the 2019 UK general election held? In which month was the 2019 UK general election? Question number 14. Picture 5, 2 predictive texts for you. They're things that you shouldn't share. Question number 15. Which musical, originally having an all-female creative team, features the main character working in a diner and hoping to win a baking prize? In which musical does the main character work in a diner and hope to win a baking prize? And question 16. Novels Gone with the Wind and Dances with Wolves are both set during which conflict? The novels Gone with the Wind and Dances with Wolves are both set during which conflict? And question number 17, picture number 6. We've got some logos for you. Can you identify the brands, companies, organisations, or some things that are represented by these 4 brands? Question number 18. Which two British monarchs have towers at the Palace of Westminster, otherwise known as the Houses of Parliament, named after them? Two British monarchs with towers at the Palace of Westminster. And our final picture for round one, question number 19, picture number 7. It's born the same year. Can you give me the names and the year for these four individuals? And finally, for round one, oh, that's not question 20. Question number 20. Can you tell me what common three-letter prefix can either mean relating to feet or, in American English, can mean relating to children? What common three-letter prefix can mean relating to feet or, if you're doing an American, relating to children? And we're running in good time, so I'm going to give you 7 minutes to finalise those round one answers before we go on to the music round. Right, teams, welcome back. It is time to go on to the music round, and after that we'll be doing the marking. Designated markers, eyes down, ready. You should be getting your link shortly. I'll give you a clue. Looks like we only have 2 teams playing. Only one of them's given an email address. So, Jane and Rick, I think you can probably work out what that's going to mean for you. Anyway, this aside, here we go with the music round. As ever, I will be playing you 6 songs spanning the decades from the 1960s up until the 2010s, including the 70s, 80s, 90s and 2000s in the middle. All you got to do is tell me the performing artist for each song and tell me what the name of the song was. I'll play them once, give you a moment, and play them again. And BBQs, now I know you're here, I will see about trying to organise a prize question for you in part 2. I guess who can I contact? Linda? I'll try contacting Linda. Otherwise, find a way to message me. Alright, music round, here we go.
And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. But I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king.
I believe that fate has brought us here, and we should be together, babe, but we're not. I play it off, but I'm dreaming of you, and I'll keep my cool, but I'm feeling blind. I choke, I walk away, and I stumble.
Knocked out the ball, you better come to. Don't die, you know the truth is some do. Go write your message on the pavement. I'm so bad, I wonder what the wave meant. White heat is screaming in the jungle. Complete the motion if you stumble. Go ask the dust for any answers. Come back strong with 50 million answers. The world I love, the tears I drop to be part of the wave.
Sometimes I don't even mean it. It takes a little while to figure me out. I like my coffee with 2 sugars in it. High heels and my jewelry dripping. Drinking, I get all fired up. Hey, hey, hey. Insecure, but I'm working with it. Many things that I could get rid of. Ain't nobody give it up. I made a few mistakes I regret it nightly. I broke a couple hearts and I wear on my sleeve. My mama always said, girl, you're troubling. And now
And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. But I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king.
I believe that fate has brought us here, and we should be together, babe, but we're not. I play it off, but I'm dreaming of you, and I'll keep my cool, but I'm feeling blind. I choke, I walk away, and I stumble.
Knocked out before you better come to. Don't die, you know the truth is some do. Go write your message on the pavement. Burn so bad, I wonder what the wave meant. White heat is screaming in the jungle. Complete the motion if you stumble. Go ask the dust for any answers. Come back strong with 50 daily answers. The world I love, the tears I drop to be part of the wave.
Sometimes I don't even mean it. It takes a little while to figure me out. I like my coffee with 2 sugars in it. High heels and my jewelry dripping. Drinking, I get all fired up. Hey, hey, hey. Insecure, but I'm working with it. Many things that I could get rid of. Ain't nobody give it up. I made a few mistakes I regret it nightly. I broke a couple hearts and I wear on my sleeve. My mama always said, do your troubling. And now I wonder.
Alrighty, you can keep thinking about music if you need to. But in the meantime, we are going to go to our round 1 marking. So, eyes down, look in, as we go to question number 1. Everybody knew an ice cream cone with a flake is a 99, and that le bureau is French for the office. In the characters with a C, we started with Catwoman, then Cruella de Vil, then we had Charmander, then the Candyman, then Chucky, then the cat is, I guess, is this a Harry Potter thing? That's Crookshanks. Crookshanks. And finally we had C-3PO. No excuse for spelling that wrong. C-3PO. The vegan burger in the UK is a McPlant. Then question 5. Anne Frank was hiding in Amsterdam. Question 6. Venn diagrams. We had thou, That's the Juliet balcony speech meets things that come before sand. Then we had Goblet, that's more Harry Potter, if Harry Potter Crookshanks is, meets drinks containers. And then finally we had Scarcity, that's lacking things, meets Lion King's characters with settlements. What did I say? Thou, Goblet, and Scarcity. Then the national animal of Indonesia is the Komodo dragon. Komodo monitor, also fine. Then we go to elements from the periodic table. We had carbon, chlorine, cobalt, and copper. Carbon, chlorine, cobalt, and copper. Question 9. We had some doggies. They were the Border Collie, the Greyhound, the Dachshund, a Husky, a Pug, and a Doberman. Border Collie, Greyhound, Dachshund, Husky, Pug, and Doberman. Question 10. The prequel was to Sex and the City. Sex and the City. Then... I got distracted because Google Sheets was telling me something weird. Then we had question 11. Nadal has never lost in the final of the Men's Open singles. No times at all. Question 12. Our animal films were Dr. Dolittle, then Bolt, then Finding Dory, then Brother Bear, Tom and Jerry the movie, Tom and Jerry in the City, I guess I'm sure is probably fine, seems close enough to me. And then we had Ponyo, Lawrence says Ponyo, we're taking that as definitive. On we went to the month of the year of the general election 2019. Nobody could remember it correctly, not wipe it from your memories. It was December. Then question 14, we had two predictive texts. The answers are passwords and infections. Lose neither. Then the musical, with the woman working in a baking prize, eventually ends up marrying Charlie from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's Waitress. Waitress. Question 16. Gone with the Wind and Dances with Wolves are set in the American Civil War. But what is so civil about war, anyway? Question 17. 4 logos. We had Howdens. Howdy, Howdens. Then Dewsons. Then Travis Perkins. And finally, Selco. Selco. The towers at the Houses of Parliament are named for Elizabeth II and Victoria. I'm afraid no point for Elizabeth I. She was way back when. Elizabeth II and Victoria. And then when they were born were Vinnie Jones, Robert Downey Jr., Diane Lane, and James Nesbitt. And they were all born in 1965. 1965. So if you went 4 to 6, get a point. And finally, we finish on the prefix for feet or children. It is ped, P-E-D. Feet or children, ped, P-E-D. We'll come back in for the music round marking in a little bit. In the meantime, let us go to question numero 1 of round 2. Can you rearrange for me the letters of leave by kill to find a female American actor? L-E-A-V-E B-Y-K-I-L-L. L-E-A-V-E B-Y-K-I-L-L. And then we go to question number 2. Oh, panic. Referenced in the lyrics of one of his most famous songs, what was the first name of Paul McCartney's mother? Referenced in a Paul McCartney song, what was his mother's first name? And question number 3 is our first picture of round 2, and it's balls. I almost said a ball-related phrase, which would have been a mistake in context. Time to get balling. Is that a normal phrase? Maybe not. And question number 4. DJ Spinderella was a member of which female US rap act that was founded in the 1980s? DJ Spinderella was a member of which female rap act? And I can tell you after one round, it is neck and neck, every single team playing on the same score, which would be more impressive if there were more than 2 of you. It's 44 points each to the BBQs, and sounds a bit hippie to me. And question number 5. In 1896, the quadricycle was the first vehicle to be built by which industrialist, who started their industrial career with a quadricycle? And question number 6, picture number 9. It's spitting image dolls. Can you work out who these dolls are of? 6 points for 6 names. And in a minute we'll do the music round marking as well. Alrighty then, we will go to the music round marking. Eyes down looking. In the 1960s, we heard from Frank Sinatra, and he was singing That's Life. We moved on to the 70s. Michael Jackson, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. In the 80s, it was Dexy's Midnight Runners with Come On Eileen. Come On Eileen. Macy Gray in the 1990s, I Try was the song. Then the Red Hot Chili Peppers in the 2000s with Can't Stop. On we went to the 2010s, and that was Little Mix featuring Nicki Minaj, half a point for each of those. And the song was Woman Like Me, Woman Like Me. Those again, Frank Sinatra, That's Life, Michael Jackson, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Dexy's Midnight Runners, Come On Eileen, Macy Gray, I Try, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Can't Stop, and Little Mix with Nicki Minaj, Woman Like Me. Then we go to question number 7. Which confectionery brand, first sold in 1937, was originally described as energy balls and was aimed at slimming women? Energy balls for slimming women. Question 8 takes us to another audio question. It's mystery voice time. Listen in. Name the 3 voices.
Number 1.
And Killian is everything you would want him to be. He is phenomenal. I asked Chris Nolan after how long it was because I didn't think it. I was shocked to learn that it was. I think it's almost 3 hours. I couldn't. It goes so fast.
Number 2.
It's my Barbie. Actually, incredibly accurate to exactly the outfit I wear in the movie, right down to the little love heart on the shoes and the jewelry.
Number 3.
You know, I had become the darling of Madison Avenue. I did everything. Doritos, Pepsi-Cola, McDonald's, commercials everywhere. And then a friend approached me and said, making all these other people rich, why don't you get your own product?
Number 1.
And Killian is everything you would want him to be. He is phenomenal. I asked Chris Nolan after how long it was because I didn't think it. I was shocked to learn that it was. I think it's almost 3 hours. I couldn't. It goes so fast.
Number 2.
It's my Barbie. Actually, incredibly accurate to exactly the outfit I wear in the movie, right down to the little love heart on the shoes and the jewelry.
Number 3.
You know, I had become the darling of Madison Avenue. I did everything. Doritos, Pepsi-Cola, McDonald's, commercials everywhere. And then a friend approached me and said, making all these other people rich, why don't you get your own product?
Question number 9. Coffin Peak and Funeral Peak. It's not when you're in a mood because somebody died. They're found within a US national park. Named after which valley? Valley. Coffin Peak and Funeral Peak are found within a US national park named after which valley? And question number 10 takes us to picture number 10 for round 2. And it's some large island countries. Here we have some countries. What is on islands? Can you name all of them for a total of 6 points? I can give you a scores update. After 2 rounds, sounds a bit hippie to me, have fallen off the pace slightly. They lost 3 points in the music. They're on 52.5. The BBQ's on 55.5. And we can have question number 11. Which Nike shoe brand is also the name of a now defunct Middle Eastern airline? Which Nike shoe brand is also the name of a now defunct Middle Eastern airline? Question 12 takes us to picture number 11. And we got some apps, mobile video game apps specifically. Can you name all 6 of these for 6 points? And question number 13. Bob Anderson, fight coordinator for Star Wars and stunt double for Darth Vader. He was the guy who had his hand chopped off. Spoiler alert. Competed for Britain at the Olympics. In which sport? Probably not darts after that. Bob Anderson, the fight coordinator for Star Wars, competed for Britain at the Olympics. In which sport? And question number 14. It's total musical chaos. It's the most stressful bit of the whole quiz. I'm going to play you 6 tiny little snippets of songs. All you've got to do is identify the musical artist responsible for them. I will play them once and then twice, then 3 times in short order. So listen in carefully. Try not to get too stressed out. We'll make it to the other side together. 6 points are available. Here we go. Do we? Hang on. Not there. Here we go.
1.
My life is breaking. Feels the way I
2.
My life is breaking. Feels the way I
3.
My life is breaking. Feels the way I
Question 5 takes us to another picture. 5:15, I should say, and it is picture 12, pictorial sports venues. Can you work out 6 sporting venues from these pictorial clues? And we can go on to question 16. What word meaning to think deeply and repeatedly about something derives from the Latin for chew the cud? What word meaning to think deeply and repeatedly about something derives from the Latin for chew the cud? Um, 17 is picture number 30. And there's some missing vowels. We have surnames of pairs of actors who have played the same character. 1 point per pair. Question number 18. The first 4 words in the title of which Dickens novel can be found amongst the titles of Shakespeare's plays? The first 4 words in the title of which Dickens novel can be found amidst the titles of Shakespeare plays? Question number 19 is picture 14, and then we're going to go to a prize question for the BBQs. And we have US state coins. We have 6 US state official coins. Can you name all the states? 6 points available. All right, ears open if you're in the BBQs. This is for the BBQs only. So, here's your question. Today saw the end of the first game of this year's Ashes in the cricket. But can you tell me in which year was the term the Ashes coined in the publication of a false obituary, a satirical obituary for English cricket? In which year was the term the Ashes coined in a false or satirical obituary for English cricket? Try to get me an answer within 30 seconds. I'll give 3 years either way. BBQs, if you could email in your answer ASAP. Oh, hang on, you put it in the chat. That's fine. I had a window covering it. 1894, said the BBQs. Well, you're not a million miles out, but I'm afraid the answer I was looking for was 1882. And so you're not quite in the window, but not a bad guess. Anyway, well played, and better luck next time. 1882. And that takes us to question 20 of round 2. Which famous London street is named after a real man whose family motto translates as "The world is not enough"? Which famous London street is named for a real man whose motto translates as "The world is not enough"? Alrighty then, that is the end of round 2. I'm going to give you 4 minutes to get your ducks in order. And after that, we're going to go to the wipeout round. Or shall we say 5? Let's be generous. We're running to good time. 5 minutes, then we're going to go to the wipeout round. Alright, everybody, welcome back. Hopefully you have now finalised your round 2 answers because it is time to go on to the wipeout. You know by now how the wipeout works. I'm going to give you 6 questions. The last letter of each question becomes the last letter of each answer. It becomes the first letter of the next answer, creating a chain through the wipeout round. All you have to do is get them right, much like the rest of the quiz. If you do, you get 2 bonus points. But if you get any of them wrong, not just blank, but actively wrong, then you lose all of your wipeout points. So it could be make or break in what I am sure is currently a close quiz. Alright, here we go. Wipeout question 1 is not on the board. Let's try that again. And here we go. Wipeout question 1. Who is the most famous person to die during or shortly after a performance of the play Our American Cousin? Who is the most famous person to die during or shortly after a performance of Our American Cousin? Wipeout question 2. Aotearoa is the contemporary native language name for which country? Aotearoa is the contemporary native language name for which country? Wipeout question number 3. Which 1981 arcade game was Nintendo's first major international success and is generally considered the first true platform game for introducing the ability to jump? Which 1981 arcade game was considered the first true platform game because you could jump? Wipeout question 4. Which plant with the scientific name Parlinia cupana is native to the Amazon basin and is used in energy drinks due to its high caffeine content? Which plant with the scientific name Parlinia cupana is used in energy drinks due to its high caffeine content? About question 5. Which continent contains the second highest number of countries of any continent? Which continent contains the second highest number of countries of any continent? And our final question for today. From the Greek for highest point and city, what is the name of the citadel in Athens upon which the Parthenon sits? What is the name of the citadel in Athens where the Parthenon sits? Alrighty, that is the end of the quiz for another week. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to make your minds up on those last wipeout answers, and then we're going to come through and do the round 2 marking. Off you go. Righty teams, time to hit submit if you can. Okie dokie. Thank you for getting those in. It is time to go to the marking. Designated marker. Eyes down, looking in. They should be populating any time now. Well, actually, they're not showing up on my computer. Did I hit the thing? Alright, give it a Mosif. Hit F5 if you need to. Alright, that seems to have done the trick. Someone appears to be marking ahead of me. I haven't started reading them out yet. Very good. Alright then. So, Leave by Bill. That anagram was Blake Lively. Blake Lively, point for that. Then Paul McCartney's mother is Mary. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, sealed. Then we had 4 balls. The ball is in your court. Balls to the wall. Get the ball rolling, and we're having a ball. The ball is in your court. Balls to the wall. Get the ball rolling, and we're having a ball. DJ Spinderella played in Salt and Pepper. Question 4. Question 5. The quadricycle was the first vehicle by Henry Ford. Question 6. 6 puppets were Meghan Markle, Camilla Parker Bowles, Queen Camilla to you. Come on. Brexit means Brexit, mate. Tom Cruise, Tyson Fury, not, sounds a bit hippie to me, Tyson Furry. That would be Tyson Fury in a raccoon outfit, wouldn't it now? RuPaul and Angela Rayner. Again, Meghan Markle, Camilla Parker Bowles, Queen of these Sceptred Isles. Tom Cruise, Tyson Fury, RuPaul, and RuPaul Charles, apparently, and Angela Rayner. RuPaul is fine. The Energy Balls were Maltesers. And then we had Matt Damon, followed by Margot Robbie and George Foreman. That was Matt Damon, Margot Robbie, and George Foreman. Question 9. Coffin Peak and Funeral Peak feature in Death Valley National Park. Then our island nations were Indonesia, Madagascar, Papua New Guinea, Japan, the Philippines, and New Zealand. Indonesia, Madagascar, Papua New Guinea, Japan, the Philippines, and New Zealand. Question 11. The shoes/airline were Air Jordan. And then our games were Among Us, Roblox, Minecraft, Plants vs. Zombies, Pokemon Go, and Marvel Snap. A total of 6 points available there. Question 13. The fight coordinator for Star Wars was a fencer. That makes sense. All the sword fighting with lightsabers. Then Total Musical Chaos. We had the Spice Girls, James Blunt, Camilla Cabello, Florence and the Machine, Oasis, and Edith Piaf. I can tell you I didn't get them all, but je ne regrette rien. We went on to think deeply and repeatedly about the things we've done. No, we didn't. There's, what have we got? Sorry, sports venues. We were looking for the Belfry, the Crucible, Ascot, Craven Cottage, Brands Hatch, and Murrayfield. How was that Craven Cottage? You even said Craven Cottage earlier when I looked at it and I couldn't work out why it was. Oh, was that Reggie Cray? Oh, that's a Ven. Ah, clever. Clever, 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 clever. Don't mind me. Yes, well, then we can all ruminate on the things we've done for a while for question 16. And then our pairs of actors were Barner and Ruffalo, I think that's the Hulk. Bale and Keaton for the Batman. Foster and Moore for Clarice from Silence of the Lambs. And finally, Foy and Coleman. They must both have paid Queen Elizabeth, I guess, in what's the thing with the Crown? The Crown? Something like that. Well done. It's only 1 point for each pair, though, so it's not 8 points. There's 4 points in total on offer. Question 18. The Dickens novel is A Tale of Two Cities. Then, our US states from their pennies were Florida, then Indiana, Alaska, North Carolina, Tennessee, sorry, that was in the wrong order, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia. Florida, Indiana, Alaska, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia. And finally, as echoed in a later movie starring a star of similar name, Bond Street is named for a man whose family motto is "The world is not enough." Named after Sir Thomas Bond. I guess that's the motto in the films. That was a Pierce Brosnan one, wasn't it? I think it was rubbish. Finally, on we go to the Wipeout round. And for our Wipeout answers, we have... what do we have? Lost my thread. We have Abraham Lincoln. Then we have... we have New Zealand. We have Donkey Kong. We have the Guarana. And we have Asia. And we have the Acropolis. That was Abraham Lincoln, New Zealand, Donkey Kong, Guarana, Asia, and Acropolis. So, how has everybody done? Ho, ho, ho. Well, I see some wiping out a wiping. That is tough. What's the final rankings? Oh, it's a close one. Well, I can tell you, after all of the answers are in, there's only a point in it. Both teams managed to wipe out on Guarana and on Asia for Wipeout 5, respectively. Putting Guava and Africa. But in the end, sounds a bit hippie to me on 105.5, and just a point behind the BBQs. Well done, BBQs. That is 2 victories on the bounce. And thank you everyone for playing. That was a delightfully quick one. Why it takes me longer to go through it when we have more teams, I don't know. Guess I feel I need to give people more time when there's more of them. If you felt I went too fast, do let me know, by the way. Aside from that, we should be back in real life in 2 weeks' time, whatever that's going to be, on the 4th of July. Then, let's see, are we going to miss any for holiday? Then the 18th of July, should be able to do the 1st of August. So I think we're going to miss the 15th of August. So I think the 15th of August, get it in your diaries, is not going to happen because we're going to be on holiday. But other than that, we're going to keep up the 2 weekly schedule. See you then, TTFN.